Okay, good afternoon, everyone. It's with great pleasure I would like to introduce Zhao Jiaqi. So Jiaqi is currently a PhD student at the at Renmin University of China, and she's part of the team that I've been working with over the summer on these online mutual aid platforms in China. And this is a very hot topic in the insurance industry. And she's been doing a lot of work on this. She visited many of the insurance platform, including Xianghubao, which is the platform supported by Alibaba, one of the largest online e-commerce giants in China. So she has a lot to say about this. So please welcome Jiaqi.
Good afternoon, I'm Zhao Jiaqi, and today I will introduce the development of the online mutual aid platform in China. The online mutual aid platform is a kind of platform that can provide the function like insurance. It can provide the protect of the risk, and it can make the people share the risk, but it's not a kind of insurance. Here is the contents. There are 5 parts. The first part is the development status of the online mutual aid platform in China. In part 2, I will introduce the typical online mutual aid platforms. And in part 3, I will introduce the problems faced by online mutual aid platforms. And fourth is the online mutual aid platforms and the commercial insurance. It's about a comparison. And the last part is the supervision of the online mutual aid platform. Now let's come into the first part. It's the overall situation of the online mutual aid platform. The rise of the online mutual aid platform is an emerging internet finance phenomenon in China and has provided the low-cost guaranteeing cover for more than 200 million people. We can see in Table 1, the earliest mutual aid platform is Conglai, which is established in 2011 and followed by a series of 10 million users platforms such as 众托邦, Qingsong, and Shuidi. Yeah, this one. And the most eye-catching online mutual aid platform is Xianghubao, this one. And it has more than 86 million members, and now it's the largest mutual aid platform in the world. And with the development of the mobile internet and the further liberalization of the policies, China has ushered in the first year of the online mutual aid in 2016. And this figure shows the total number of members of the online mutual aid platforms in China from the 2016 that is. Yes, and the online mutual aid platform covers a large number of people. At the beginning of the September 2019, the total number of the members of the online mutual aid platform is more than 250 million, and the total case has helped more than 20,000 people. And the total amount we can see there is by the every platform. The total amount is about 2.7 billion yuan, and the two largest platform is Xianghubao and Shuidi. Xianghubao has exceeded 86 million people, and Shuidi has exceeded 80 million people. And at present, the number of members of the mainstream online mutual aid platform is still at a high-speed growth stage. From the first 8 months of 2019, the number growth of Xianghubao, this one, and Shuidi, this one, was 360 points and 33 points respectively. And the low cost of the critical illness coverage is a boost for platform development. The important reason for the rapid development of the online mutual aid platform is that it can meet the needs of the health protection of the Chinese people at a lower cost. We can see in this table is the cost of the online mutual aid platform. From the perspective of the scope of protection, many online mutual aid platforms cover critical illness, and such as cancer, and a few of online mutual aid platform also covers accident. In terms of critical illness mutual aid plan, it covers over 25 critical illnesses stipulated by the Insurance Association of China, and most of them covers dozens or even hundreds of different critical illness. And in terms of the average cost, most of the online mutual aid platforms, the cost of it is about dozens of yuan, that is, and it's lower than the same type of commercial critical illness insurance. This one is the cost of the commercial critical illness insurance. It's always about hundreds yuan or thousands yuan. And now let's come into the second part. It's about the typical online mutual aid platform. This one is Xianghubao. This is Ant Financial, and this is its app in Zhifubao, Alipay. And the Xianghubao was launched in Alipay app in October 2018, and its development direction is the network-based cooperative security. And the reason why it can achieve such large scale is mainly benefit from the technological advancement and the rise of the large internet companies such as Ant Financial here. And people who want to join the Xianghubao, first he should sign an agreement in Alipay, and after a comprehensive evaluation, it can join for free and share the exposed losses in the same plan with other members. And the main product of Xianghubao is mainly about the critical illness mutual aid plan, just this one. And it's designed for 30 to 59 years old groups, this one. And it can cover 100 critical illness. One can receive up to 300,000 yuan about the mutual aid funds. And but the detailed funds one can receive is dependent by the illness and the age. In terms of the morbidity rate, is lower than the traditional morbidity rate because the age of members of Xianghubao is mainly in 29 to 71, 29 to 31. Yeah, it's really younger. And in terms of the average cost, according to the latest calculation by Xianghubao, is less than 30 yuan, only 30 yuan in 2019, just this year. It's because the large number of members and the rapid growth rate. Besides that, it also has a waiting period clause like insurance. It's about 90 days in Xianghubao. And this one is Xuedi. It has large scale and wide coverage. Xuedi Mutual Aid was launched in May 2016, and it can cover 34 provinces and 364 cities. It can help people resist the risks such as cancer and accident. The rule is similar to Xianghubao. People can join for 1 yuan. It needs a pre-store to ensure that he can pay for the mutual aid fund. And the estimated average cost for 1 year is about 72 yuan. And the mutual aid fund that one can receive is up to 300,000 yuan. You can see this. It has two types of plan. One is for healthy group, and the other is for the patient group. For the healthy group, it has children's health mutual aid plan, young and middle-aged, and old-aged anti-cancer mutual plan. Yes. We take the young and middle-aged critical illness as an example. We can see the fund one can receive is dependent on the illness and the ages. And the higher the age group which the members belongs, the lower amount mutual aid fund can receive. You can see this. And for the patient group, the maximum mutual aid fund one can receive is about 100,000 yuan. And it can also provide social function because it can make the patients communicate with each other in this plan. And maybe the original intention to design this plan is that the customers has this demand, but the market doesn't have this kind of products. And we know commercial insurance doesn't insure the patient, yes, but it can. The number of members of this plan is more than 100,000 people now. And the 水滴 it has a complete risk control. The mutual aid fund is independently deposited by a third party, just a bank, and it has 12 levels of risk control system to ensure the transparent use of the mutual aid funds. And this is the graph about the complete risk control. One can sign a health agreement to join the 水滴 and when he has the illness or the accident, he can apply online, and the 水滴 mutual aid would ask him to supply some just like medical insurance information. Yes, and they can use big data to measure if it is a fraud, and it can also entrust the third party appraisal to verify. And then the platform will publicize the case, and the platform will pay the mutual aid fund just by noticing the bank, and as long as there is no objection. And there are many problems that existed in the online mutual aid platform, such as adverse selection problem. The current rule is difficult for different age groups to achieve complete fairness and between the mobility rate and the cost. And the individuals, some age groups must subsidize another groups because of they are younger, yeah. And the individuals with lower risk probability will withdraw from the mutual aid plan, and thus causes the adverse selection problem. And in order to ensure that members who join the mutual aid plan can be equally shared when the claims occur, the platform, there are two types. One is represented by 水滴 and the other is represented by 相互保. 水滴 members need to restore the minimum amount of the mutual aid funds to ensure that they can pay. When it occurs claims, the amount that needs to be shared will be deducted from each member's account, and the entry registration price is not based on the actual result, but based on the consumer's psychological threshold, such as 10 yuan, and maybe it's easier for a person to make a decision about 10 yuan. And the other type is represented by 相互保. Members don't need to restore the mutual aid funds because 相互保 has the authority to deduct the money from our account here, and the platform deducts the funds from the member's account when in case of the claim. And in the setting of the mechanism of splitting the cost, the online mutual aid platform performs simple measurement through the age structure and the risk members rather than detailed actuarial analysis. And most platforms divide the mutual aid plan into children, middle-aged, and old-age plan, and all members of the same plan pay the same cost. In the plan, the platform will roughly reduce the mutual aid fund that claimants can receive step by step according to the age increases. On this basis, there are also a few platforms set the sharing coefficient of different groups, such as the higher the age and the higher the sharing coefficient. But it's really depend on the psychological threshold, but not some actuarial mechanism. And another problem is the average age of the members of the online mutual aid platform will increase. At present, most of the online mutual aid platforms are experiencing the fast growth, and many new members who join later are required to participating in the risk sharing. The platform with the larger membership, we can see in this figure, it has the lower risk share cost, just like 相互保, because there are so many members, so their risk sharing cost may be low. And due to the rapid growth of the platform, the average cost is lower. And we can see that this table is about the growth rate of the online mutual aid platform, and 相互保's growth rate is about 360%. And with the increase of the new member, the average increase year by year, and the number of the platform will be stable, and the cost of the risk sharing will increase accordingly. The risk of online mutual aid platform will increase. Is the problem. And the fourth part is about the comparison between the mutual aid platform and commercial insurance. The online mutual aid platform is more universally beneficial and widespread. First, it can cover more than 250 million people, but in terms of commercial insurance, the health commercial insurance only covers about 110 million people in China, and it has lower cost. We can see in the table and figure that it only costs 10 yuan, 20 yuan, just dozens of yuan, but commercial insurance needs hundreds of thousands. And it can allow the patient group to join, but commercial insurance doesn't. And in addition, the online mutual aid plan and the commercial insurance also have differences in terms of actuarial mechanism, risk sharing mechanism, and risk control measures. In terms of this one, actuarial mechanism, the mutual aid only needs to consider the risk protection cost, but the commercial insurance also, besides that, also considered about operating costs and profits, and furthermore, the morbidity rate of the online mutual aid plan is much lower than adopted by the CIRC. And this one, the risk sharing mechanism, due to the implementation of the ex-post sharing rule, the mutual aid funds comes from the members of plan. But in terms of the commercial insurance, they use their own money to pay for the claims, and maybe the insurance company are not willing to pay for the cases. So the cost of the mutual aid funds has no impact on the profit of the online mutual aid platform. And the last part is the risk control measure. The online mutual aid platform is stricter than that of commercial insurance companies, which makes the mutual aid information more transparent. The specific difference as follows. The first is the case investigation. We all know that insurance company always investigate the major cases, but in terms of the online mutual aid platform, it conducts the investigation of every case, and the investigation costs are low, maybe about 3,000 yuan every case. Yes. In terms of the investigation fee, members applying for mutual aid fund must pay the investigation fee for about 3,000 yuan. If the case is not true, the investigation fee will not be refunded. But if the case is true, it can be refunded full, which can decrease the adverse selection and the moral hazard. And the management of the mutual aid funds, we know that the funds will have a special bank account, just like Shuidi. If the platform is large enough, it can bear this operating cost. So it will choose a bank and sign the agreement with the bank of the platform, and it will be independent of other accounts of the platform. And the use of mutual aid funds is more stricter. They can use it by some monetary type wealth management products, or even only used in the current saving to control the risks. And the last part is the supervision of the online mutual aid platform. The online mutual aid platform, this industry requires the regulator to issue a unified license. We know that since the online mutual aid platforms emergence, it has been a long time that there's no regulation, and the only reason that they can development is just because of the market, and so it causes a phenomenon of unauthorized adjustment of rules and other industry clause, and the lack of the unified license is not conducive to the development of the industry. There are many kinds of license that the online mutual aid platform have, such as the insurance intermediary license and the non-public offering foundation license, but there is no unified license. Yes. And in addition, the online mutual aid platform lacks the channel and the qualification of the automatic production, so they must use the WeChat or Alipay to deduct the money from from the member's account. So it generate a fee, and this fee can put some pressures to the small or the medium-sized platforms, and so the platform will face the member loss risk and the credit risk because of the lack of the channel qualification and this. And the last one is the development of the online mutual aid industry requires the support of the industry self-regulation regulatory organization. It can alleviate the unfairness and adverse selections of the online mutual aid industry, prevent integration and other industry vicious competition problems. For example, in terms of the unfairness and the adverse selection, the current risk sharing rule is very rough, and more emphasis should be placed on actuarial fairness, and actuarial techniques should be used to ensure fairness among groups of different risk levels. And the industry self-regulatory organization can play a role in regulation and consultation and provide the guidance of the standardization of the online mutual aid industry. That's all. Any questions?
Any question from the audience? Yes, please.
I have two questions. The first one is that the company who runs the mutual aid, does they have to follow the regulations like the CBOs in China? If not, like what's the department of the government is now regulating the activities of these companies? And the second one is that why is the cost of the mutual aid can be that low, like just a few dollars, like $10 or $1,000? Like, is it only because that the company doesn't like to hire too much actuaries for employees, or is it because of the Alipay's their advanced international technology, so that their fees can be trained to the minimum? And the third question is that in what ways do you think the mutual aid will influence the traditional health insurance and life insurance companies? So it's like a supplement to the traditional health insurance, or it can replace the traditional health insurance with something else?
Yeah, okay. The first question, there's no regulator about the online mutual aid platform, and it doesn't regulated by CIRC. So we also find the regulator of this online mutual aid because it's not insurance. Yes, so it's not applied to insurance laws. Yes. And it's in the process of regulation. And the second question about why the cost is so low, yeah, and because the members of the plan is very huge, and so the average cost for every person is low. Yes, and it's on the rapid development. So many new members add into the land, and they will share the cost, share the risk. So this is the problem about the mutual aid platform. Just in the future, will it remain this kind of low cost? We don't know yet. Just yes, this problem. And the third question is the relationship between the online mutual aid platform and the insurance and the commercial insurance. Yes, maybe I think they can cooperate in some ways, because the online mutual aid platform, it can also sell the insurance, and it can improve the insurance education for everyone, because we can see the publication of the accident, and they may buy some insurance. So it's a cooperative.
So,
No, no, yes.
does Alipay like make a profit from this mutual aid, or
They said they have small profit, because it's mainly because just small profit. Yeah. But we don't know, because we can't get his financial report.
because you show that the mutual aid they only take the insured between the age 30 to 59. So it's like the mobility rate for that risk group is better than the mobility rate for the traditional health insurance. That's the other reason why the cost comes down.
Yeah, because it has strict risk control measures, and they must just like this complete risk control. It has a waiting period, but the commercial insurance also have. Yeah, but maybe because they are so younger than the commercial insurance. That's right. That's the main reason. And the companies always told us when we do some investigation, they said the numbers are younger. So the morbidity rate is lower.
Is it required to do the physical examination during the underwriting process?
Underwriting process, yes, it has internal and external measures. For internal, they can use big data to measure whether it is a fraud, and they also entrust a third party to investigate this case, and the investigate fee is about 3,000 yuan, and he just like this measures.
I had a question. So you like divided the age group into two categories, right? Like from 30 to 39 and from 40 to 59, I think, right?
Yeah, it depends the platform rule.
Yeah, I mean, there was one rule, like they're divided into two this one. So here, or even the previous one, I think so here, let's say like, I think that's like 30 years, right? So, so for example, if there are someone who's 30 years old, and there is another one who's 39, they both need a benefit, like they make a claim. Do they get the same amount because they're in the same group?
Yes, so it's the problem. Some groups such as 30 years old must offer the subsidies to the 39.
So basically here they are just two groups, right? Because you're considering the first group to be just
yes,
homogeneous.
whether you are 30, 31, 32.
So it doesn't matter.
Just this. Because it's easy to understand for many people. It's an online mutual aid platform, so maybe it tend to make the public members easy to understand. So they set the rules, and it's also the problem of the online mutual aid.
And they were saying that it's like it is fair, then
No.
it's not fair. Then.
Yeah, it's not fair. Just
Good. Yeah, they were claiming that they are making it actuarially
yes,
fair
this
somewhere.
unfairness problem.
There
It's
is
just because the different age, but they have the same coverage.
yeah.
Yes.
Are they addressing it somehow? I mean, are they addressing this unfairness problem
Just
now?
because the ages unfairness is the main problem, I think.
So they are not solving it yet, or are they?
They didn't solve it
Still.
because maybe they operating well, but they didn't realize this kind of problem because it doesn't make a shake to this operating. So just maintain this stage.
Yeah, so if you go to the slide before section 4, yeah, so
Yes,
this I find it interesting. Right? So if you look at this last column, the E mutual aid,
Yeah. This one.
yeah, so it has reached a quite significant size, right? You had like 3.4 million people in this
Yes.
in this fund.
Yes, but why so?
Yeah, why is it so? So you'd have guessed at that point, at this large size, the law of large number has already kicked in,
Yeah.
right? If they are really the same group, underwriting, they're underwritten for this policy, they would have very similar mobility rate. So why is that a huge difference?
You say this
Like
one.
even between Kang Ai and
Kang Ai.
e-commerce, yeah. So they
Yes,
must
because they have smaller membership but has lower
right.
lower cost than this one. Maybe this platform has something wrong with this operation. And now maybe it's not a good online mutual aid platform, and it can't make us know more information about it. It's difficult to
Right,
search
we-
in the internet, and we didn't investigate this company, so
Right.
you
So
know we
where-
don't know
where
what's
did you-
wrong with them.
Where did you get the data? Oh, because you joined. That's
Yeah.
how you got it, right?
Yes, they only let us know these numbers, but they didn't told us what. Yeah. Maybe something wrong with mutual aid platform.
Yeah, by the way, Jachi joined every single mutual aid platform, so she's
Yeah.
the most well covered person in this room at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay, that's very interesting.
You can try some mutual aid platform. Okay.
I have a question about the self-fund.
Mm.
Because I heard that they are introduced some like payment judgment committee, which composed of the policyholders. You are selecting the committee and can decide if you make payments for one policyholder who apply for the fund. But my question is if the committee refuse to payment, but the plugins indeed have I mean it's no I mean they should have the payment anyway. So I mean what's the legal position of this refusal?
Because it's not a rigid payment. Yeah, it's just a contractual relationship. And because 相互保 is so huge that it can't bring it can't before this 相互保 it can't 相互保 just insurance 保险的保 and this one is 保我的保，对吧
Okay.
？This is 相互
Okay,
保
I
so
mean,
it's
if
not
I'm a plugin and I have a units and go to apply for the fund.
Yeah.
And it's true, it's totally true, but I was refused by the community.
one.
That's no
Because-
problem. That's no problem. If you are reject, no one give you the money. That's the rule. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't
Because
see
the
there-
community is very huge. Yeah. Just get the percentage. That's enough. Yeah. You need every case need to pass the community.
But I mean, there is a possibility that.
Yeah, right. You're right.
So I can't get anything. So this, I guess this
Because you are free, you pay nothing in Alipay. Yeah, you free join the program.
But I have paid. I mean, I
Yeah,
have.
maybe you can return this kind of money. Return.
No, you cannot return. You just quit next period.
No, but I have
some
contributed to the money to other.
Yes,
payment
this kind of money can return back to your account. Some platform has this kind of rules, but 相互保 maybe.
No. Each period is independent. Yeah, each period is independent.
Right. Just like by insurance, right? If you don't have accident, your money is forfeit. It's given to someone else, so you're not gonna get the premium back.
I mean, but I have accidents, and I was refused by the community member.
Oh.
Maybe because I don't.
That's your wrong. Yeah,
You can go. He can go to appeal. No?
Yeah, he can. The community can maybe vote again if they reject you. Yeah, you can get nothing.
Yeah, this is the issue. I think this is the problem here. You can't like.
But the community is very huge. I don't think
Maybe,
everyone
yeah.
are.
The probability that you
Yeah, it's very low. I think. Yeah.
being rejected.
Right. So
Yeah.
I guess the likely case for rejection is you have some sort of pre-existing condition.
Yeah.
Right. So you violated basically the agreement for the policy. So that's why you made sort of a dishonored decision to join the group. So that's why you.
But what he said is theoretical is just.
Yeah.
That's theoretical is just.
If
Right.
you buy insurance product, you can.
No, yeah.
I mean,
right.
insurance product you can make it, issue for money into the act and sue them. But in this product, you can't do anything because they reject you, and there's no legal. I don't see the legal relationship between Alibaba, the Shopify, and the policyholders.
They are different.
Yeah, this is different. So that's why I said it's an issue.
You pay nothing at the beginning, so you can get any. Yeah.
Like he's saying that what is he paid to someone else's accidents
Yeah,
before,
Yeah,
so he made a
that's
contribution.
independent. That's other period. Yeah. In this period, yeah, I cannot.
So that's kind of your penalty for being dishonest.
But he's honest. Why is he
Yeah, I'm
honest?
honest.
He's
No, he did not disclose that he had the illness before going to the city. Right?
No.
Well, the reason they reject, if it's legitimate, then I don't think they would decline, right? What are the likely causes of
Probability
decline?
is very low, maybe.
No, I think what he's saying, maybe I don't know. Like he's saying that there is no like a law between the policyholder and those mutual aid platforms that he can make an appeal, right? No.
Yeah.
So he
something
doesn't
like this.
see that
Because-
law,
Yeah.
like legal paper between them.
Yeah. So you have a contract, and then contract would say something about exemption, right? If you have pre-existing condition, for example, you would not be covered, and they would point out to the clause and saying, you violated this. That's why we're not paying you. That's the point.
And he can appeal exactly by the same thing, like by the same paper, right? If they're wrong, he's right.
What do you mean?
But-
Oh,
no,
you mean?
Yeah,
Maybe
he's considering the other way around. Not that he's dishonest. He's actually honest. They're fooling him.
If he honest,
I
he
mean,
also
if
can.
the community members are unhappy because
Yeah.
they are unhappy and they just want to reject me. So I can,
Of course. Then you can.
They
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can.
I
go
can
to
sue
court,
the Alibaba. And,
He's
community
afraid
member.
to
I can
sue them.
again.
Yeah.
This is
They
the,
can reject you, no problem.
yeah. So I mean, if you as a suppose two people apply for this fund, and one of them is do a good job to, like prepare the document, do a good job this, and to pursue the community to
You must trust them.
Yeah, but-
Most of
but
them
I-
are kind of people. That's okay. Yeah, that's okay. You must trust most of people are kind people.
It's a vote. It's not a veto. Not
Yeah, it's a vote.
Yeah.
But I mean, the vote is So what's the legal relation between the vote and the okay? So I think if it's a legal position that something true, that is true, but vote has this discretion, right? So you can reject it and you can accept it.
You can see this type of thing as a percent, like that. Yeah. It's not a commercial contract. Like that. Then no problem. No problem with
That's a
that.
problem.
If you see it as like donation like that, that's okay.
I think usually the platform is willing to pay since they can make value.
Yeah, right.
based on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get profit only by the management fee from the
Yeah, that's
So
right.
sometimes
cases.
even if you are in that exception, they'll still provide.
They hope. They hope everyone
Yeah.
get EL. Yeah, they hope. Yeah, the platform hope everyone EL. They can get a very good management fee.
Has there been any case where a person, like Jiaqi, was covered, like he participates in many platforms? Like, does he get like he get payments from all the platforms, or
Maybe I think. Yeah.
right? Because this is a real insurance problem, right?
Yeah.
Typically, what is it? Do they have a term for this? Secondary.
No problem, I think.
There has to be some sort of priority. Like there is someone first to pay, and they cannot cover the same.
Like co-insurance.
Right. I wonder if they've developed something like this. Maybe this that's never happened, so it wasn't.
So your
Huh?
your indemnity in total could be larger than your loss
Right.
if you join all of the time.
Like health insurance, not liability insurance.
And I also can go to different insurance company to buy the
Yes.
critical illness insurance.
Yes.
No problem. I can.
You are still covered, like, because here, if you go to the health insurance, you would not be, like, if you buy two, they would not both pay you. You have to have a
Yeah.
primary insurer and secondary insurer.
But in
In China,
critical illness, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah, because they just pay a fixed number.
Yeah.
It not depend on the health,
Yeah.
the fees
Right.
you spend. Yeah.
I got two questions.
Oh.
Covered by two?
Yeah, because they pay a fixed payment, like 10,000, 100,000 yuan, and you can get both. But if you like was injured and got in the hospital, they can only cover the medical cost.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah, because you only have
different
one check out.
But then you got more than what you lost.
You're right.
You lost.
You can buy 10 insurance.
That's
Yeah,
good.
It's a lottery, huh?
In that case, are you going to be like legally vulnerable because
Right.
insurer can sue you for
No problem.
unjust earning?
No problem. Illness, critical illness is no problem.
Yeah,
no
because
problem.
critical illness, I think it's not about loss. It's just very
Yeah,
critical. So
just
you
In
guys,
case you're gonna die.
yeah,
But you
yeah,
may not
yeah.
be able to spend all the money. So maybe you can become your.
Yeah,
Yeah, no problem.
But you suffer, right? Because it's free.
it's not that, yeah.
You can turn this into a lottery, right? So then,
Yeah.
because you make a profit off
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Yeah, no problem. You pay, just pay the insurance fee. That's enough. Here also, she joined a lot of platform. She need to pay a lot of money.
To others.
Yeah, different platform.
But I can withdraw.
Yeah, you need to pay this period, then withdraw. Yeah, you cannot withdraw before
Is
the
there a
payment.
penalty for withdrawing?
She can just stop paying, right?
No, you must pay this period. After you
Right.
pay, then you can withdraw. Yeah, you
That
cannot
is-
withdraw before the payment.
And
Oh.
when your
No.
account has no money and you will.
You're just not
You-
covered.
No, like Alipay. No, you
But
have.
only Alipay has the authority to deduct the money from your account. But other platforms, when your account has no money.
No, your central Chinese bank will find you.
No, you
Yeah, you cannot withdraw. This is the rule. This is the rule. You must pay after before you must pay after then withdraw. No problem. Yeah, because in this period you have get some
Better protection.
yeah, you some of protection. Yeah, you yeah.
Okay, so let's thank Jiaqi again. Today, thank you all for coming.